Well, hello, welcome back to another video. Today I have something special. I am gonna explain every unit of Company of Heroes in real life from the Wehrmacht. So it's gonna be a little bit informative. So, we start, of course, with the pioneers. Wait, I have something here to tell. Wait a second. Pioneers. Yeah, so actually the pioneers, they were real in the World War II. They're mostly used in the beginning of the war when they attacked Belgium and further. And they are pretty realistic in this game because, as you can see, all the things here they can build, they did that also in the real life version. So yeah, they also built bridges, and at the end of the war, for the defense they built entrenchments and stuff. So the second one are the Volksgrenadiers. So actually, they were after the Grenadiers that I'm gonna talk about later. They were given the name Volksgrenadiers. Actually, they're the same. Why are they given the name Volksgrenadiers? Because because they were losing the fight, the Dutch. No, I'm sorry, the Germans. And they want to give the soldiers courage to fight back, and so they give the name Volksgrenadiers from the folk, you know, because yeah, and it gave them a little bit courage. Didn't help, but yeah, that's why they are named Volksgrenadiers, but they're actually the same as Grenadiers. So here we have the MG42. It's called Hitler's Bitsaw. I don't know, Bitsaw, I think. Because this MG42, people say it also in this present day, is one of the best machine guns ever made. It was so effective. Why? Because it could shoot rounds that is so fast. So it just could shoot very fast, and that means there were some negative things. That munition was almost empty every time, and they couldn't fire a long time with it because it would melt. It shot so fast that it would melt if you shoot too long in one row. So they were shooting like, otherwise it would melt. So that's yeah. So next boy is our sniper. Not a lot to say about this. It was a sniper. Normally the snipers were with two, so this isn't very accurate, but yeah, because one had to spot the enemy and then the sniper would shoot. Yeah, that's all. That's just a sniper. So yeah. Okay, so here we have the RTS something motorcycle. Yeah, funny thing about this is a BMW. We call it. I don't know if you know that, Mark, but it's a BMW. I couldn't find for what the use was, but often it was stuck in the mud because yeah, it's a motor and it didn't work very well. So here we have our half track. Yeah, it's the SDKFZ. I don't know what that means, but yeah, a half track. What does it do? Well, actually, it supports the not supports. It transports the men. Here is an example, and that's what it did. Very cool. And yeah, it could transport 10 men, which was very good, actually, because yeah, then they were faster. I think they call it motorized infantry. Motorized infantry, I think. But what it also could do, you can turn it into a Flammenwerfer, which was also used, also pretty accurate. The half-tracks are pretty accurate. Only these ones have a roof, and I think the most ones didn't have a roof. But yeah, I'm not gonna be mad about it. So yeah, that's the half-track. You mostly do transport, but there were a lot of different examples of half-tracks. But I'm gonna sum that up, not now, but another time. So here we have them, the grenadiers, commonly used infantry for the Germans. Yeah, that's all about to say for the grenadiers. You can also give them the MG42 and the Panzerschreck, but yeah. So, and here we have the Puma. Actually, it's not yet a Puma. I don't know what it is, but they call it a Puma until late in the war. Normally it's just armored car 243. But yeah, if it's upgraded, which I'm gonna do now, you can call it a Puma. I don't know why they gave it that name. It has 8 wheels, and yeah, it's a light tank because it's actually not even a tank. It's a car, an armored car. That's this Puma. And here we have the Pak anti-tank. It's the Pak 83. It was very successful. They made a lot of them, and it was used during the whole World War II. And here is a crew of 3, but in reality there was a crew of 5 to handle 1 anti-tank gun. So here we have the officer. Yeah, you already know it's not really. Oh yeah, it's accurate, but I don't think he was going to fight with that little gun. If you want to know, it's a pistol P08 Luger Parabellum. And the funny thing, it's an officer, but it's not really an officer. Actually, it's a lieutenant because of the clothing. So little note there. Then here we have the mortars. What for mortar do they have? They have a 8 cm Granaatwerfer 34. And that was a standard mortar for the Germans, and also for other factions. Actually, it was used by everyone, and it has also a good reputation. Yeah, it was used a lot. Why? Because of the precision of these of the mortar. So that's why. So here we have the Nevelwerfer. The name means, I think, in Dutch, in German, it means throwing smoke, you know. And it was also used for smoke, but they also put rockets, sorry, in it. So yeah, for the artillery, and it could actually shoot 6 rounds in 10 seconds. And the Americans called it the Screaming Mini. Why? Because it made that sound. It made like a, and you can also hear it. I don't know if you can hear it now. I'm gonna try and be quiet. Yeah, that sound. So yeah, that means yeah, that's just the Screaming Mini. That's why they call it, for that sound. They also they did it on purpose to fear, so people would fear that sound, and I think it kind of worked. But here, the Stuke, a very successful tank actually. Here it's very early and it's difficult to shoot because it has to turn, because this thing doesn't turn. But it was so successful in the Second World War. Yeah, why? Because it's very low. As you can see, it's very low. So it was harder to hit for the other tanks. And it has a good weapon on the front of it, so it could easily penetrate it. And yeah, it was built the whole World War II, these Stuk. They were in every army of in every infantry army, I mean. So yeah, they were really good actually. They are really hunters for tanks. So here we have that health track, I'm sorry, with the rockets on the side. So it shoots 6 rockets, but it wasn't very effective. It wasn't very precise, if I can say it like that. So yeah, that is the half track with the rockets. But here, everybody knows this one. How can't you know this? This is our lover, our Goliath. The funny thing is, here it just rides on itself. It isn't manned in real life, but there is a cable, and to the one who's controlling, say that he's controlling, then there's a cable up, and it keeps on going. There were made a lot of Goliaths, but they weren't very effective. Why? They got stuck in the mud, they got stuck everywhere. They were very... yeah, you can penetrate it very easily because it hasn't a lot of armor. And the Germans called this the Beetle tank. Very funny, actually. And what were the tactics to this tank? Just cut the wire. That's what the Russians did. They ran up to it and then cut the wire. And this is gonna be beautiful. Oh! Okay, so that's the Beetle tank. But it was no big game changer for the Germans. So yeah, that's the Beetle tank. Here we have the best infantry unit of the game for the Germans. The Knight Cross Holders. This is a fictional unit. The Knight Cross is actually the second highest rank in Germany. So yeah, it wasn't given a lot, and mostly not a group who is fighting on the front. Really, this is pure fictional, but they look cool. They have almost the same uniforms. So yeah, it's only given to commanders. There you go. So here we have the Ostwind Flakpanzer. It's actually to shoot in the sky. It's against the planes. It's an anti-air. Why doesn't it have a roof? To see the planes better. Yeah, but that means indeed it hasn't got a lot of armor. Yeah, on the roof. And the funny thing is that, yeah, you know it shoots hell crazy. Like, look, 1, 2, 3. You see that? That's insane. So that was for in the sky. We use it here for infantry. So it had a lot of ammo. And the funny thing, what I wanted to mention is that it actually was the favorite target of the planes. So because it wasn't, yeah, a lot of armor and it was easy to take out, they said. So they were actually each other's target, which is very funny. Here we have the Panzer IV. It was a really important tank. Yeah, and actually it's just like the Stuk. It was used with infantry patrol, infantry groups, and yeah, it was also made the whole World War because they were so good. Actually, were very chill tanks. And they are actually very good, so that's why they made a lot of them. Panzer IV. Panzer IV. So here we have the Panther. Yeah, a very good tank. As you hear in this game, this is one of the best tanks. One of the best tanks. So, this tank, Panther, in the beginning it had a lot of trouble. Yeah, because Hitler saw the model and he said, yes, you know what, it's super good, we're gonna use it. And at the battle of, I don't know what it's called, with all the tanks against the Soviet Union, I think Battle of Kursk, there were a lot of these, but they all failed actually, because there were a lot of technical problems, it didn't work well. But after they repaired it, because I saw potential in that tank, it was a sick tank, really, 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 really good. Yeah, then it began to produce a lot. So that's the Panther, nice gun, also on front. It could penetrate a lot of other tanks. So yeah, it was a good tank. So here, my dudes, we have the Tiger Ace. What is this? It's literally a Tiger tank, actually. Why is it called Ace? This is something fictional. Not really. This is the tank that Michael Whitman ride with, and it was the most successful Tiger tank rider. Why? Because he killed 27 tanks with it in Africa, and it was just because a Tiger tank is so OP, and he was one of the best drivers. He killed a lot and it became famous, and that's where the Tiger tank actually had his fame from. So here's the Tiger Ace, and as you can see, it's almost can't be penetrated. But yeah, that is the Tiger Ace. It's really OP. So this is just a Tiger tank, driven by Michael Whitman. So, first of all, we begin with the Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper. Yeah, actually they weren't on the field, that's what I read. I don't know if it's true, but yeah, they are actually in, I don't know how you call it, when Hitler decided plans and so, there were troops there to defend if there was an intruder or something, you know, you never know. That were the stormtroopers, so they weren't on the field. That's what I read. Then next, we have the stew. Yeah. Oh, what did I wrote here? Yeah. Okay. So actually, this is in this game. It's just the same as the Stuke. Why? Everything is the same, except there are two howitzers on this tank, which made it also effective against infantry, what the Stuke wasn't. What the Stuke wasn't. So, yeah, it is just the same model, only for infantry, but the Stuke was built more often than the Stew. Then, one of the last, we have the Tiger tank. Everybody knows him. I already talked about the Tiger Ace, and as you can see, this is a Tiger. One of the most, I think, most famous tanks of the Germans. There's a lot to tell about it. First off, it's actually not so good armored. Why? It's not, yeah, the shape of the armor, it's rectangular, and so if there was a bullet that hit like this, here, on this thing, yeah, it would penetrate the armor. It's not a good shaping. It was really not good, actually, but it also wasn't very good armored. Why is this tank then so famous? First of all, after the things that Michael Whitman did with his tank, with his Tiger tank. Second, because of the weapon. That was actually the thing. It has a pack on top. A pack 30, no, I don't, yeah, 38, I think. No. Yeah, just a pack, I don't know. But it's so good against the other tanks of the Americans and the British and the Russians. But it was very expensive to make. From one Tiger tank, you could make 3 Panzers, which actually 4 Panzers actually. Oh no, 3. So it was very expensive, and it wasn't built very often because it was so expensive. So it wasn't really a game changer. You would almost never see a Tiger, only if you were lucky. But if you saw one, it was very hard to kill it. And yeah, inside of a Tiger tank there's a crew of 5, I mean, if you want to know that. So yeah. Let's go. No, don't stop. Don't stop. Yay. Goliath action. So, for our final unit, we have our flag gun. I hope you can see a shot of it. Yeah, there. Okay, it wasn't really cool, but... So, the pack. Actually, the pack is an anti-air gun. This thing. But, as you can see now, it's used on infantry. What they also did in real life. And yeah, that's just what I was trying to tell. The Tiger is actually equipped with one of these weapons. So the Tiger is a pack that is riding. So that's the pack actually. Nice sniper kill, come on. Yeah, there you go. So that were all the units from the Wehrmacht. Thanks for watching. I hope it was very interesting. And oh yeah, you know you could do this. Wait, Look, and now they're fleeing. You can just make them flee. How awesome is that? Yeah, okay, but the officers are useless, I think. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this cool event. I hope you liked it. And you tell all your friends that I exist. So yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching.